listen.
On the way to the ring, from Smithfield, North Carolina, weighing in at 215 pounds, Gregory Helms.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
On the way to the ring, from the Caribbean, weighing 230 pounds, Carlito.
Nothing beats me. I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
A big bienvenue to our fans around the world from Montreal, Quebec. Jim Ross here with Jerry the King Lawler.
And folks, let me assure you that tonight's show is a lot better than JR's French.
Jeez. Well, there's no question of that, King. These Montreal fans are ready to get started, and so am I. So what are we waiting for?
1, 2, you hear the clock ticking.
He countered that and made it look easy. You're not going to get him with that one.
Well, from the looks of things, it's not hard to tell how this one's going to go.
What are you talking about, King? I think this is still an extremely competitive match that could go either way.
You know, JR, it's obvious that the only exercise you get is stretching the truth or jumping to conclusion.
Well, judging from the shape I'm in, I don't appear to be doing too much of either, King. You're looking pretty fit, though, I must say.
What a counter!
That went nowhere. I know, Montel.
Oh, here we go. What a...
He's been removed from the ring and from contention in this match.
CM Punk thinks he's so hot. I'll bet I could teach him a thing or two.
What? Like how you cheated shuffleboard? When you're facing a superstar like Marcus Corbin, what should your strategy be?
Let him build momentum. He's so fast and so strong that if he gets the upper hand, you're not going to get it back.
Very astute, King. Good advice. Let's see if his opponent is able to follow it. He's all fired up now, King, and I'd hate to be on the receiving end.
I don't think his opponent's got a hope of hurting him now.
This capacity crowd is solidly behind their superstar. Look at this.
Wow, could you be any more biased, JR? How about some fair and balanced commentary?
Well, they paid for their tickets, King, and they've got a right to say whatever they want.
Talk about adding insult to injury. Tossed out of the ring and the match. He reversed it. and over and out. Eliminated. It's like he read his opponent's mind.
Boy, what a match. I wouldn't even hazard a guess as to who's going to win this thing.
What? Have you got both your contacts in one eye, JR? It's been obvious to me since the start of the match.
Is that? Yes, that's an elimination. What an incredible performance by these phenomenal superstars.
Did you expect anything less, JR?
And there's a little something for the crowd. The best superstars never ignore their fate.
The best superstars also finish off their opponent. Well, there's one less superstar in this match now.
A textbook reversal there. Very few superstars have so completely dominated their opponents the way this young stud Lashley has done in his career thus far.
Yeah, but the problem with being the biggest guy around is that there's all... What does he think he's doing? He's showing off for the crowd now.
He's wrestling the match.
That's it. He's out of the ring, and that means he's out of the match, too. Well, I've been on the receiving end of a beating from Stone Cold, and let me tell you, I do not envy his opponent tonight.
Neither do I. Stone Cold isn't a man to let you off with a warning. Excellent. He might as well start walking back to the locker room. He's out of this match. I don't think that's going to happen, King. He's built up too much momentum to be stopped.
Oh, my gosh! He's been eliminated from the match.
This capacity crowd is making their opinions known. He doesn't look too happy about it, but an elimination is an elimination. These superstars are going to put each other through wrestling hell tonight.
They've already got a pretty good start on that, JR.
They have indeed, King. I don't think there's an ounce of quit between them.
Yeah, and that's where things get dangerous. If you're too proud to admit that it's not your night, you might wind up risking your career for a single match.
But at the same time, King...
Here we go, JR. His fans are on their feet.
He sure does, King. Dominator. What a devastating move.
His opponent telegraphed that one.
Kenny might be one of the youngest superstars on the roster, but he's already held tag team gold.
And mark my words, he's going to see a lot more championship gold before he's done.
There is no question in my mind that Ric Flair is one of the true legends of this business.
Yeah, not to mention the dirtiest player in the game.
I'll be the first to admit that the Nature Boy's taken some liberties with the rules from time.
Oh boy, someone's going to be singing soprano after this one.
That's one pure superstar in this match.
Time to play the game!
And it's been reversed.
You know, JR, everyone goes on and on about how great The Undertaker is, but I think he's overrated. It takes more than black lights and some dry ice to impress me.
How about a perfect record at WrestleMania, King? How about the... Oh, boy, the adrenaline is pumping. I think this could be the beginning of the end.
No, it can't end like this. Come on, do something, quick!
That's it. The match is over for that particular superstar.
After some of the things we've seen in this ring, JR, I think we'd better remind the folks at home not to try this stuff themselves.
That's right. He just got tossed out rather unceremoniously, in my opinion.
You talk about ruthless aggression. Look at the way these superstars... Wow! He wasn't too gentle about throwing him out. He turned the tables on his opponent with that one. Watch out! He reversed it! Oh, no! I don't like the looks of this.
He's got the fans behind him, King, and his opponent had better watch out. Look at him feeding off off the energy from this capacity crowd. He's unstoppable.
You can't ever count on these fans, JR. They're fickle, and they'll abandon you in a heartbeat. Oh, sure. Now the fans start to cheer for him. Now that he's in the driver's seat,
Come on.
here we go, the rude awakening.
And count yourself one lucky rascal if that move doesn't take your head clean off.
I think these superstars are getting some feedback from the crowd, JR.
Nothing wrong with that, King. That's what we like to hear.
I think we're going to find out just how much punishment a human over the top rope and down to the floor. That's an elimination.
A reversal.
These fans can't stand it when he does this, JR, but I think it's great.
He's sure not going to win over any fans with that move, but I don't think that bothers him too much, quite frankly.
He countered that one perfectly. I don't believe it. He's been eliminated.
This Lashley is... There he goes! He's out of the match!
That was great. Remember, JR, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, he'd better hope he doesn't get caught, because that's the sort of thing you get disqualified for.
So, how do you think this one's going to turn out, JR?
Honestly, King,
Oh, boy. These top rope moves can go either way. Oh, no. This is terrible. You can't let your opponent build this kind of momentum.
well, all I can say is someone's been...
He took a ride over the top rope. Down. I think he's got some big plans, JR. Look at this.
He sure is. And boy, he came through big time with that twist of fate.
It's crime time.
I think this crowd's giving these superstars... Look at this! Look at this! You talk about a house of fire, you're seeing it right here!
Yeah? Well, somebody better put out that fire, or this one's not going to end well.
What a reversal.
I've got no earthly idea how these fans can cheer for a maniac like Sabu.
Like him or not, you have to admit that Sabu's made a reputation for himself by never giving less than 100%.
Well, he sure hasn't gotten by on his good looks. I can't believe he countered that one.
I'm a raw man through and through, but I'd be lying if I said I wouldn't love to have a superstar like Rey Mysterio on the roster.
Why would you want to do something like that to Mysterio, JR? Everyone on Raw is at least twice his size. They'd destroy him.
I highly doubt that, King. We've seen Rey Mysterio get in the ring with some of the biggest, meanest superstars in all of sports entertainment, and he's won more than his fair share of matches against them.
Listen to the crowd, JR. I think they've got something to say to these superstars.
And if they're smart, they'll listen. Remember, without these fans, these superstars are out of a job. I'd be a lot more impressed by Ken Kennedy if I didn't think he was such a pompous ass.
Hey, when you're as great as Mr. Kennedy, it's hard to be humble, JR. There's the reversal. Looks like his hopes of winning this one have been shattered, JR. I think it's pretty obvious which way this one's going to go, JR.
Well, from my perspective, this is still anybody's match.
I'd like to see things from your perspective, JR, but I'd have to get my head out of my rear end first.
And Lord knows it's been up there for so long that that would be no easy feat.
Did you ever think you'd be watching these superstars compete against each other here tonight, JR?
I had a feeling their paths were going to cross sooner or later, and I'm glad I'm here to see it.
Me too. It almost makes it worth having to sit next to you and listen to those corny expressions of yours. What the heck is a government mule anyway?
It's what you get beat like when you're in the middle of a slobber knocker. And if you don't have the guts to stick around, you might run like a scalded dog with a case of the limber tape.
All right, enough. I'm getting a transfer before I have to...
And there's the elimination. This is Raw action at its finest. That's why Raw. This match has come to an abrupt end for that superstar.
I don't think the fans appreciated that one very much, but I don't think he cares much what the fans think.
That much is obvious, King. What a low-down, despicable move that was. You've got to ask yourself, how much punishment will the...
Oh, man! That's gonna change the tone of this match, JR.
Yeah, and not for the better either. I wish the ref would actually pay attention to what's going on.
If you smell... Quickest way to lose a match is to underestimate your opponent.
I don't think
He can't do that, JR. That's his opponent's finishing move.
I've been one of Matt Hardy's biggest supporters since the early days of his career. And it's great to see him in action here tonight.
Yeah, ever since he went to Smackdown, we haven't seen much of Matt Hardy. And you don't hear me complaining. I don't think this superstar is going to be having any kids in the immediate future, JR.
I wouldn't think so, King. Not without a medical miracle.
I don't think these superstars have any intention of taking it easy on each other tonight.
That's not what they signed up for, King. And quite frankly, I think these fans would be disappointed if they didn't go all out.
That's easy for the fans to say. They've never set foot inside that ring.
No, but they spend their hard-earned dollars to watch what goes on inside it. And without them, we'd all be out of a job.
Can you feel the electricity in the air, JR?
I sure can. It's the most electrifying move in sports entertainment. The people's elbow. I've got a feeling that this has all the makings of an instant classic.
That's probably just gas, JR.
I don't believe it. We might see a superstar get beat for their own finishing move here.
He saw that one coming. Man, is there even going to be anything left of these superstars by the time they're done?
Not if they have their way, King.
There he goes, JR. He's been busted open. Look at all of that blood.
Would you at least try and not sound so gleeful, King? This is serious.
You're darn right it's serious, JR. It's deadly serious. All's fair in love and war, and this is definitely a war.
Look at Shawn Michaels. The future Hall of Famer has overcome so much adversity in his career.
Oh, no. Don't tell me he's about to do what I think he's about to do.
He sure is. Sweet chin music right in the kisser. He's a slippery devil. Mixed hook in the arms. Could it be?
It is. The double arm DDT. And you won't see many superstars get up from that.
I tell you, King, I've got no earthly idea how these superstars can maintain this intensity week after week after week.
It's not easy, JR. There's no off-season. It's not like you've got 6 months to recover after WrestleMania.
That's for damn sure. And that's why I don't think there can be... Oh, no. Here comes that giant chop of Khali.
That's a move that'll knock you out cold, if you're lucky. This great Khali is a bona fide monster. I feel sorry for anyone who's got to get in the ring with him.
So do I. You get the feeling this freak of nature Khali isn't here just to win matches. He wants to end careers. Seeing The Rock in action again makes you realize just how great he really is.
You know, JR, I'd like to go one-on-one with the Great One and find out who the greatest of all time really is.
He's not going to get caught with that one.
Every time you get into the ring with Mick Foley, you're taking your life in your own hands.
Mick built his legacy by destroying some of the biggest names in the business in WCW, in ECW, and of course, right here in the WWE.
And every story you've ever heard about him is true. And half of them are even worse than you think. Uh-oh. Looks like he's got a song he wants to play for his opponent.
Sweet chin music. That's a toe tapper, all right.
You got to respect the commitment and the dedication of these superstars to their careers.
No question about it, King. Every superstar on the roster has had to make more sacrifices than any other professional athlete I know.
It really is like being married to your career. There's not much room for anything else.
And marriage is a subject which you happen to be something of an authority. Isn't that right, King?
Come on now, JR. A man doesn't know what true happiness is until he's married. And then it's too late. Superstar shows the slightest hint of weakness, they've lost the match.
That's for sure. No matter how beat up you are, you can't ever let your opponent know the extent of your injuries.
And that's easier said than done, JR. The human body can only absorb so much punishment. I tell you, JR, this one has the potential to be a Match of the Year candidate.
No doubt about it, King. As far as I'm concerned, any WWE match has that potential. Everyone on the roster is an accomplished wrestler.
I wonder if SmackDown's gonna have anything nearly this good next Friday.
I think we both know the answer to that one, King. How could they compete with a match like this? I'll be honest with you, King. This is not the way I thought this match would go at all.
Me neither, JR. I guess that just goes to show that anything can happen in the WWE.
I think you hit the nail right on the head, King. And it's that unpredictability that makes it so exciting.
Man, I don't mind telling you, JR, this Umaga scares the heck out of me.
He's a savage. He's primal.
Uh-oh, we know what this is.
We sure do. That giant chop of Kali's has destroyed many a superstar.
I'm not sure I agree with what the crowd is chanting, JR, but I guess it's their right.
You're damn right it is. It comes with the price of admission.
How can Shawn Michaels keep calling himself the Heartbreak Kid? Does he really think he's still breaking hearts at his age?
King, I'm sorely tempted to say something about the pot and the kettle. But instead, I'll say that I think Shawn Michaels is like a fine wine. He's only improved with age.
I feel like the luckiest guy in the world, JR. I can't believe I actually get paid to do this job.
Well, don't let Mr. McMahon hear you say that, King, or you might wind up having to do it for free.
That's true. I don't want to say that Mr. McMahon's cheap, JR, but I heard he won't even tip a canoe. You think these fans have gotten their money's worth tonight, JR?
If they haven't yet, I'm sure they're going to by the end of this match.
Well, I don't say this too often, but I completely agree with you. Can you believe we actually get paid to do this job, JR?
It's like a dream come true, King. Except when I have to sit here and listen to you drool over the divas.
Come on, JR. You know I'm helpless when it comes to puppies.
Oh, I know, King. And that's why I'm bringing a pitcher of ice water.